Welcome back, everyone. As you know, one of the most important issues that we face as a nation is certainly election integrity. How do we make sure it's American citizens that are voting? That's first and foremost. Well, thanks to AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, I'm getting educated on this. So President Trump says he wants ID. Well, the Election Assistance Commission, I had never even heard of this, could make a rule change. And according to the National Voter Registration Act, the EAC, the Election Assistance Commission, has the right to make a rule change that would require ID that you're an American citizen. That seems like a pretty easy change, where they're taking public comments on this. 6,700 of those public comments have come from AMAC members. I want to bring in now AMAC Action Senior Vice President Angie Mangione is with us. Andy, welcome back to the show.
Great to be here, Grant.
All right, Andy, I actually didn't know this. I didn't know it's a simple rule change. How hard could this be to get done?
Well, it shouldn't be that difficult at all. And you had mentioned before that you hadn't heard of the Election Assistance Commission. And it's kind of a federal agency that flies under the radar. But what they are, Grant, is a bipartisan commission whose mission is to help election officials improve the administration of elections and help Americans participate in the voting process. As you mentioned, they've opened up a website like all federal agencies do when they're considering a rule change. They want to hear what the public has to say about the proposed rule change. This rule change would require documentary proof of citizenship when registering to vote in federal elections. And as you mentioned, Grant, the National Voter Registration Act grants the EAC the authority to require this proof of citizenship to verify voter eligibility, so they are well within their jurisdiction to make this important rule change.
All right. You and I both know we can call things bipartisan. There's really no such thing in Washington anymore. So how does this work? Are people on this commission? Are they appointed, some by Democrats, some by Republicans? And then, of course, here we are, we're going to get a fight. Are Republicans in control?
Yes, they are. There are 4 commissioners. They are presidentially appointed, and they have to be approved by the U.S. Senate. The chairman of the EAC is a Trump appointee from 2019. And you have to understand why it's so important for this rule change, Grant. Under current law, voter registration for federal election relies on the honor system. Applicants just have to check a box attesting that they're citizens. So clearly, this needs to be changed to documentary proof of citizenship. And to even make a bigger case for it, Grant, we've seen in states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, and North Carolina, non-citizens have not only registered to vote, but some have actually voted.
Yeah. It has to go through. It seems to me a no-brainer. I know AMAC is collecting signatures. This is one reason why I would urge everyone to join AMAC. This is the kind of work that you guys in your organization are doing that I just love. To do it, go to amac.us/grant. You can save 33% on a 5-year membership. Before I even talk more about that, I want to say that AMAC and Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA has always had a great relationship. This is a clip we pulled of Charlie Kirk at a AMAC event.
The issue of education is a top issue right now for good reason. And we don't talk about it as much in recent months for understandable reasons: inflation, gas prices, the open border. But if you talk to moms and dads, especially in suburban areas across America, they are outraged about what's happening in our nation's schools.
Be remiss if I didn't let you say a few words about Charlie Kirk and his impact on AMAC and the country.
He's a patriot. He was a faithful friend to AMAC, Grant. We aligned last year, AMAC Action's Advocate Conference, with an event he was holding in Detroit, and it was a huge success. I had the opportunity to interview him on Broadcast Row at CPAC. He was gracious with his time, a true gentleman, and he was scheduled to speak via Zoom at our Boot Camp for Patriots event next week in Virginia, and we're going to be honoring him with a touching tribute.
Andy Mangione, thank you so much. Charlie Kirk most certainly will be missed. The work continues, though, at AMAC and so many other groups. Thank you. And again, if people want to join AMAC, and I urge you to, I did, go to amac.us/grant. You can do that right now. Save 33% on a 5-year membership. That's for about $1 a month. You'll get access to major discounts, exclusive resources, a subscription to AMAC Magazine, which is great. It's amac.us/grant.